Hey, English 112 students, it's Miss Williams. Welcome to week 8 of our 13-week semester in English 112. So, you should have, by the time you watch this video, you should have finished your Toulmin essay outline and posted that in the discussion board. Hopefully, I'll be able to give you feedback on Monday on whether you have a workable outline or not. For the most part, as long as you followed the plan for the Toulmin essay, you should be fine. And as long as you have textual evidence from all three of your sources, you should be fine as well. And then you're going to be turning your outline this week into a rough draft and then revising your rough draft based on the feedback you get from your partner in peer review and turning in your final draft. So this is already formal assignment 2. You'll have one more formal assignment in the next couple weeks, which is a different kind of research essay. And then we will be heading into the last few weeks of the semester where you start working on your final exam. But anyway, for this week, don't forget to look at the partner list for who your partner is. So you'll take that outline that you wrote and turned in by yesterday, Sunday, and you will create your rough draft based on your outline. And if you did your outline the right way with all the textual evidence in the outline, it's less time consuming then to turn around and do your rough draft. That's why I make you guys put so much work into the outline, because from there it's really easy, or at least less time consuming, I should say, to write your rough draft. So your rough draft should be posted into the discussion board by Wednesday or Thursday at the latest. You can always communicate with your partner through email and let them know when you posted. Um, if you post past Thursday, technically your partner does not have to give you feedback. Of course, some partners will, because they're going to keep checking to see whether you've posted or not. But if you don't post until the last minute on Saturday, then your partner by no means has to give you feedback, and you're going to get a late grade for posting late. So just remember that you need to post your rough draft in the discussion board by, I would say, Thursday at the latest. Um, so look at the partner list, follow the directions on that document for how to give feedback. You guys can always go through your partner's paper and give them feedback on the Google Doc, but I always give you some questions to answer. And here are the questions. They're right in the they're right in your assignments this week. They're not a separate document. So you can really just copy and paste these 9 questions into the discussion board and answer them, giving them feedback. And then I'll be able to give you credit for doing peer review. So I've also given you a student example, a really good student example this week of a Toulmin essay. It's about dress codes, school dress codes. So this writer did a really good job of including all those different parts from the Toulmin essay, the grounds, the claim, the warrants, all that stuff that you guys are supposed to include. She did a really great job of organizing her essay and including all of those parts, as well as formatting her quotes the way that she's supposed to. So remember, you always need a complete sentence like this. This is a complete sentence. And then she has a colon, and then she has her quote. The citation with the author's last name is at the end of the quote. So if I remove this quote, her essay still makes sense because she has a complete sentence before it. And some of you continue to struggle with that. I think it's pretty, again, I think I'm really clear on the directions for how to do this, and there's really no way to get around that when you're writing an MLA. Don't forget that you need an MLA works cited paper as well, works cited page. So you can always look at this writer's works cited page. She's got all 3 of her sources. You remember, you needed a minimum of 3. She has all 3 of her sources on the works cited page. Her formatting is good. She's got an extra period here, but They're in alphabetical order. The first line is left flush, and then each subsequent line after the first line of each citation is indented. So that's what the works cited page should look like. Some of you completely left your works cited off of formal assignment 1. Some of you did your citations in APA rather than MLA. If you use a citation maker, it's not going to do your citation correctly. So always look at the student example or go to Purdue OWL MLA Works Cited in order to figure out how to do your citations correctly. Because that is something that I look at, obviously, since a part of this class is teaching you how to do MLA, and I do count off points for that. And then you have a section where you just have some reminders of things that you need to look for before you turn in your final draft. So based on your partner's feedback, revise your essay, and then you should submit your essay here in this link that says submit formal assignment 2 here by midnight on Sunday. Obviously, that link is still open after midnight on Sunday, so you can still submit it after that. But as you know, per my syllabus, for every day that it's late, I deduct at least 5 points. So make sure that you turn your essay in on time if you don't want those points deducted. You can also revise. I've finished grading all of the formal assignment 1 rhetorical analysis essays that I received. I've finished grading all of those and gave you guys feedback. So you are free to revise those for a higher grade. For some of you, it would literally take 5 minutes to go through and revise what I asked you to do. Some of you, it would take a little bit longer, but in any case, if you did not get an A on that paper, just go back and spend 30 minutes looking at my comments and revising it. If you do revise your paper, you will go back to your formal assignment 1 paper. You'll just go back to week 6. Um, the link where you submitted that assignment is still there. So you would just simply submit your revisions in the same link, and I'll be able to see those pop up as you do those so that I can grade them. If you do revise your paper and you don't turn it back into me, then I have no idea that I need to look at it again. So that's a little bit about what you guys are doing this week. Again, I think the most important thing is to just make sure that you communicate with your partner so that you know you can get some feedback from them on your paper and you can give them feedback. And to also turn your paper in on time where it's supposed to be turned in at, which is that link that I showed you with this week's assignments. If you have also, let me just remind you again, I would look at this student example that I've posted this week with your assignments because it's a really great example of a Toulmin essay. It's well organized. Her MLA is really well done. There are still some, as I'm looking through here, I can see that there's some issues here and there, but for the most part, this is a pretty well organized and well formatted essay. So this will help those of you who not only struggle with MLA, but maybe are just struggling with writing this essay in general and understanding what all the different parts of the Toulmin essay are. So let me know if you guys have questions or if you need any help from me, and have a great week. Oh, also reminder, since I'm not at Lincoln Charter School anymore, just remember if you guys need to reach out to me, you need to email me at my Gaston College email. After Monday of this week, I will no longer have a Lincoln Charter email. So feel free to email me at my Gaston email, which is williams.jessica@lincolncharter.org. Or you can also text me. You guys have my number on the syllabus. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.